Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, just a bit thrown off today because, like, my PC was blue screen on me, and then just, like, for some reason, all of the actual commands on my Stream Deck of, like, when I set up, like, oh, if I push this button, then I go, like, live and to the starting soon screen, and it mutes me and all this jazz. It's just forgotten that page of commands, so now the only thing... I do have GIFs still. I still have access to all the GIFs. But everything else that was useful on here is just gone, and I don't know why. It just, like, updated itself, and has just got rid of the useful shit, and I'm like, okay. It's true. So yeah, just a lot of things throwing me off today. Yeah, to be fair, like, I normally try and take bank holidays off with Jenna, because she works, like, you know, a regular job and gets all those bank holidays and that jazz, and, like, yeah, the 4-day work week, did a bit of recording yesterday with Carl, but it's only, like, you know, a couple of hours of recording and that, it's nothing massive, so, like, other than that, just had, like, the 4-day weekend as well, and it's, like, really throwing me out. Yeah, it's always try not to shit the bed challenge, like, at the beginning of when you want to stream as well. No, recording is fun, exactly, like, you know, it's one of those of, like, it is work, but it's a chill couple of hours, and you're not doing anything, like, massively strenuous, and generally having, like, a fun or an interesting discussion. But yeah, I hope, you know, anyone that did get a nice long weekend, I hope people enjoyed it. I hope people enjoyed Easter that do celebrate it. For us, it's just an excuse to have, you know, a bit of time off. And I guess it was nice this year because it coincided with, like, the right at the end of financial year, which is, like, a very busy time for Jenna at work. So it's a nice thing of, like, okay, and now we have, like, 4 days to, like, just chill, just relax. Like, financial year is done. Year end is over. Oh man. It was that kind of a drunken recording of, like, oh no, yeah, none of this can be put out. I mean, the year end for the self-employed is just like, oh shit, I've got a big bill of tax to pay. Great. Fan-fucking-tastic. Oh, you... Yeah, I would imagine that, like, that Draco Meteor roll was probably unlucky to some extent, Red Hot, but I also just, like, you know, looking into it, it's like, well, you know, it makes sense. It was just kind of shocking. More than anything, it's like, it's not that necessarily I think, like, I was beaten out and should have got the kill or something. It was just like, oh man, this is locked in the bag. Draco Meteor with the super effective hit. Like, it's, you know, it's big super effective damage on a bulky Pokemon. But, like, I was like, but it's, even though that it's not had massive investment, like, Latias is still Latias. It's still going to hit pretty hard. And, yeah, it was more just the shock of anything. And as you say, like, the, same with, like, that neutral hit from Fluttermane, that Moonblast, just, like, absolutely tanking it, like, shocking in the other way around. I was just catching up at those. Oh shit. Okay. This is one thing I did all the time when playing Skyward Sword, and that just brought it back of the classic thing of, like, it turns the camera around and then I'm holding up still to go in, and then it sends me straight back out the shop, and I'm like, god damn it, Beetle. Come all this way, it's so rare to have a customer here. Beedle's air shop has everything you could ever want. Everything I could ever want. It does have an adventure pack there. It does have very good items in here, I will give him that. Ooh, that's all of my rupees at the moment. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you already have a lot of characters shown. It's like Game of Thrones-esque from the sounds of it. It's not to say that, like, yeah, necessarily that's a bad thing, but just, personally, I don't know how you even do that in the first place of getting north of 50 characters. Like, when I ever do like a bit of creative writing, nearly all of my stories revolve around like 1 to 3 characters, because I'm just like, okay, narrow in, like, make it a very, you know, small thing that I still don't manage to ever finish, but I always try and make it like as grounded and based on as few people as possible. It's fine. Just get, like, a dragon to go and blow up one of the towns, right? That's fine. Right, it's probably best to just be like, let's buy the thing that gets us more rupees. I do like that. I'm sure you'll make a net profit with this one. For fuck's sake, Beedle. But we'll show people what happens when you stop Beedle, enter a shop. He's got to keep this thing floating by just pedaling away. And then you're like, actually, I'm going to leave. Do you know how heavy you are? Because I have to pedal extra hard with you up here. Then you have the gall to leave without buying anything. Off with you. He's like, I tell you, you know what? Fuck you. Like, Link. You and all of your equipment, it fucking weighs a lot, and I power this thing by pedaling. Could you have some level of concern for me at all? Oh, is it like not just every 3 pages got another sex scene where you've got to ask, like, young actresses to be naked all the time and make them super uncomfortable? No? You don't want to do that? Yeah, let's.
Thank you.
How much was this haul? That was like 800, right? Got 200 at the moment. I know it's slightly cut off on the rupee counter there. And then that adventure pouch was 300. Let's just get the net then. Easy to catch bugs and other small things when you're hunting bugs. Remember to approach quickly and strike quietly. I nearly walked away without getting the bug net, but then I remembered, actually, yeah, it is really important in this game because essentially the bug net is used to get most of your crafting resources. Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, I think definitely more stories could do with having the constraint of, like, we don't actually need to put implicit sexual moments inside of stories. Like, actually, it could be implied. It could just not need to be in there. But some stories, yeah, they need it, sure. Like, it would be hard to make, like, fucking 50 Shades of Grey. But there's not that many stories that are 50 Shades of Grey and need the sexually explicit content, like, fully in there and described, and you could argue you could still tell, like, 50 Shades of Grey without even doing that, but like, stuff that is erotica, it's like, yeah, that makes sense, but when it's just, I want to tell a fantasy story, it's like, well, I've played through plenty of fantasy games that were fine without sex, and, like, it's not also to say it's a bad thing. Like, a lot of people, you know, enjoy how horny you can get over in Baldur's Gate and having, like, the romance moments in Mass Effect and stuff, you know. But it's just, I don't think every story needs it like most do. But, you know, sex sells, literally. That is also a very good point, yeah. It's like, yeah, just most of it is really just poorly written. And just doesn't need to exist. There, yeah. I guess that's a good way to, like, incorporate that, I guess, is, like, not necessarily just because, like, you'd be terrible at writing it, like, you know, whether that's true or not, but, like, it has a little bit more of, like, you in there. I also do not remember where we're going. Pete, tell me what we're up to. Please be aware of the durability of our shield. Let's go get that fixed up, shall we? I would kind of unironically love a book, though, where just every now and then you got a sex scene, but it was just written like that, of just... Yeah, and then, I don't know, they just, like, awkwardly smush their faces together against one another. It's like, oh no. Fixed shield. God. Well, I don't remember at any point ever having close to that amount of shields. Like, I know that your shields are, have, like, durability in this game, but I don't think that there was ever a need to put, like, 12 slots in there or something, which... You know what? Better to have them than not. If they're not necessary, it's better to just, like, have the option to have all that gear there, if nothing else. So to upgrade our gear. So all of this stuff that you see here, like, just we need, like, tumbleweeds, ancient flowers, evil crystals, like, amber relics, jelly blobs. So much of that is got with the net. So yeah, the net is quite useful. One thing I do really like as well, hopefully, like, the music is loud enough right now. But just when you go to, like... Actually, if anything, it's probably a little bit loud. How do I sound compared to the music? Let me know. But I do like that when you go to each section, it's like you keep the same theme, but it just changes up a little bit depending on which vendor you're at. It sounds fine, cool. Yeah, when you're just like, oh, this is, like, you know, really nicely written satire. It's like, no, this was a man trying to write a woman. Oh, okay. Goddamn. Why? No thank you. Music is, like, 10% louder. What, than it should be? Thingy. Okay. Thank you for letting me know, because, like, sometimes I do go back and watch, like, VODs just to, like, edit the beginnings out and stuff, like, when I put them on, like, the YouTube archives and stuff, I'm like, wait, why is the game, like, louder than I am, and we went for, like, 2-3 hours with this? Not necessarily that, you know, I'm upset that the game is louder than me, but just personally, if I was watching a streamer, I wouldn't want, like, the game to be just crowding out the commentary too much. That makes sense. So I would like to move the wooden shield that I just spent money to repair into storage. So, okay, it's not shield storage that the guy was looking at. I think it's just general storage. Which, again, I think the game is, like, very, very like generous with. It's the anti-Destiny problem of like in Destiny we're just constantly just clamoring for more vault space for our 7 years worth of gear at this point, which they are upgrading a little bit again, but it's always just like the little bits. Oh god, the sausages are everywhere. Trying to catch a goddamn beetle. This isn't what Elden Ring looks like, but we will see the Elden Ring in just a second. I'm wondering whether Onyxes got old on it. I love it. Yeah, we haven't yet unlocked the Elden Ring. So I wonder, do we have to go back here? Is that what we have to do? Oh, I'm very aware that like those sausages could be the entire stream with the amount of points some people have. But yeah, Oryx's weight loss is incredible. But yeah, it's like we set a goal for about 6 months to get him to his target weight, and it took like about 5 months, I think it was. And he both reached his target weight and has now surpassed that a little bit. So we're trying to get him to like gain a little. You know, I literally mean like points of a pound. Like I think he's like his target weight, we were aiming to get him to like 5.5 to 6 kilos, and he's like about 5.5 now. Oh yeah, Oryx is... No, it's Oryx, it's a Destiny character, but yes, very close to Onyx. But it is easily mistaken, yeah. It's better than like some of the other ones we've had. We've had Onks before. I think my favourite one was somehow, even when we'd had him for like, I think it was like 6 months to a year maybe, one of Jenna's family members called Cade Bonzo. And that was the thing, Bonzo, and we were just like, where the fuck did Bonzo come from? Hey! Oh no, a child's run off. Bonzo the sausage. Like, Bonzo's a fine name. I think Bonzo's a pretty fun name. But it's like, where did it go from Cade to Bonzo? Like, what was the steps needed to get to that point? Oh god. The whole team of just like, oh yeah, when you start a match and just for some reason like half of the squad don't like the map or something and just bail out. It's like when I was playing Supremacy for some of the Guardian Games stuff, like starting that quest, I went on a Supremacy match. And like almost immediately, I think it was a Cathedral, almost instantly 5 of my 6 team members left and it was just me versus 6 Titans, and I was like, excellent. And I literally, there's no mercy rule in that mode. There's no, I think there's a 10-minute time limit. And like the score limit was so insane that like they were never going to kill me enough times. So I had to just sit there for 10 minutes. And I think when there was like 1 minute left, 2 more people joined my team. But I spent like 9 minutes just trying to getting wailed on by 6 Titans, just going back and forth between the 2 spawn points. I was like, well, this is a fantastic experience. Why is the game not just mercied it at this point? They just started at 2v6. Fucking hell. That's fantastic. But yeah, like, when I say mercy rule, like, if anyone's not aware, like, you know, a lot of games, smartly, have the thing of, like, well, if one team's so wildly ahead, we're just gonna end the match early so that you're not spending another 5+ minutes in this match that you've already hopelessly lost. And a lot of game types in Destiny, like Iron Banner, like they have that in there, which is nice and clever and stops you just getting infuriated. But for whatever reason, that match that I was in just didn't have that implemented. And it was just there of like my 5 points against their 50 or whatever. And there was still just like at some point it's got to just make it end, right? Is adding a pet, adding a new character? I don't think so, no. Unless this is like a pet that can talk and is like becomes a main pivotal character or something. It doesn't activate until 90 points. Okay. So it works if like you like 6v6 and one team's massively ahead, but in my situation, because there weren't enough people to kill to get to 90 points, it doesn't even try to activate it. Bonzo will just be a normal pet. Fair enough. I think you should do it. I'll Bonzo in. I could have sworn they had like... Oh yeah, I was going to say, thought they had like signs in front of the rooms or something to read, but you just... There we go. Because what I just realised is, yeah. That's the thing, is like, you would think that one of the reasons a mercy mode would exist is like, oh shit, well, all your team have like left you and we don't want to put you through 10 minutes of just getting battered. Like, wow. Surely at some point you'd think that like they'd thought that through. Fucking hell. I mean, there's maybe that might be the least of the problems when it comes to fucking Guardian games, of just like, just a poorly concepted thing in the first place of like, well, we're gonna do we've got 3 like classes in the game, and one of them is wildly popular compared to the other 2 because of weebs and because cloaks look fucking cool. And then what we're gonna do is put like a class versus class versus class mode into the game, but because the populations of each class are so weighted, every year we have to do something to try and like fuck up the fact that if we don't step in and like change things, the hunters just win every year because there's too many hunters. But it's like, but when you design the game concept, like, you were already aware when you made this happen that there was already like 30% more hunters or whatever the numbers are. Like an wildly, you know, outlandish amount more that the other 2 classes would never have a chance of winning. So why did you make it a thing in the first place? Like, there isn't really an argument to be made that, that like a little, tiny little, almost like sometimes not even visible fucking strap around your arm is cooler than like an entire cape. Like, you just can't convince me or most of other people that. Yeah, like, the Warlock bonds don't really stand out and the legs get covered up by most of the cool robes. So 2 out of your 5 pieces of fashion, like, barely contribute towards your fashion. Sometimes it's hard to notice the gloves. It's like, it is basically just robes and helmet matter. Just the fucked up part, really. I mean, that's the... yeah. Most people would rather have the cape, which is exactly why most people are hunters. Like, really easy when you don't really understand, like... Because some people came into the game and went like, okay, you know, one's a rogue, one's a tank, one's a mage, got it, and picked which one of their favourites are. But the majority of people probably saw it and went, well, one of them's got a fucking cape, I'm going to be the one with the cool cape. I'm wondering if we just can't get access to this area. I can't remember what side quest like triggers it, but it doesn't matter. We'll go back and activate daytime mode and go see the Eldin ring itself. But it's like one of those things that you get a side quest here which unlocks like a form of currency, which is gratitude crystals. So I just figured like, oh, maybe I can just check quickly, because it literally gives you access to like side quests that have gratitude crystals as a reward and stuff. So gratitude crystals. I think they only start appearing in the world when you do the Lost Child side quest, which we've just started. So after asking around town and going to Pumpkin Island, it will eventually, people will lead you to the graveyard, where a secret entrance takes you to Batro. So I was half right in my head of like, oh, you speak to her and then you go speak to Batro. Oh, are they bringing like an all-black shader out, are they? I haven't been keeping up to date with the new updates for like the Into the Light mode. Like I watched the first stream and then just left it at that. So I was like, this was 3 streams that should have probably just been 1 stream, right? Like... Oh, okay. Of course they made it like the level 100 reward as well. Of going and get the ultra black shader. Yeah. I'm glad that we'll get an ultra black shader, but more because sometimes I want a piece of armor to be all black. But I hate just the idea of I'm gonna just do a completely all black Guardian. I think that's just the easy way out for people who actually aren't very fashionable. I mean, it's my go-to in a lot of just like my everyday clothing in real life, because wearing all black is just the easy go-to thing for when you don't want to think about it. I mean, I'm a massive emo. But like, even I'm just like, being all black is super fucking boring. Again, it's just like, it is just the generic go-to easy thing to do. I much prefer going for, at very least, you know, do the, oh, it's black with like accents of different colours. But generally speaking, I do a lot of brighter colours. I do a lot of whites with accents on them and stuff, like in terms of my Guardian looks. Most of them tend not to be darker. Thora playing over the graveyard yesterday. Don't know what she did after that. Anywhere else, like, the one thing that I find useful is just, oh yeah, well, if someone's got something to say, they've got a little bubble over their head. I mean, I always prefer to play as the female. I mean, I generally play as female characters given the choice in games anyway, but I just generally think that the armor looks a bit better on like the sleeker profile, especially when it comes to hunters, right? Like, all 3 of my classes are all female, I think, but there's definitely like, there's an argument for the Titan looks better because it's bulkier on the male option, but I just prefer having like the sleeker, slimmer outfits. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of people who probably do think that way. Like, I can never get my head around the idea of, like, I'm gonna play a character I don't want to play just because I think it, like, makes the hitbox smaller or something. It's the same way it's taken me so long to get to the point of using Pokemon that are just good rather than Pokemon I like, because I'm just like, I get that you're trying to be, like, the meta sweat lord and all this, but, like, that mindset doesn't really appeal to me. I don't know where else we are meant to go talk to someone. I'll go over to the, I think it's called, like, the Lumpy Pumpkin, where maybe someone else will, like, have heard about the girl. But right now, there only seems to be just that one kid who's like, oh, hey, yeah, I saw her at the graveyard. So you'd imagine just, okay, we'll go to the graveyard then. But I guess we'll get to go see the Lumpy Pumpkin. Which is a very fitting name, because it is literally a very lumpy pumpkin. Because we might as well do this as early as possible so that we can unlock, like, side quests and that, the gratitude crystals currently and stuff like that. It makes sense to just do that kind of thing ASAP. I did that one on auto mod there, Red Hot. But I did always like this play. Now, that's the thing, I think Skyward Sword is a bit of a letdown a lot of the time in terms of, like, I think kind of the slowness and the gameplay isn't quite as gripping, but the amount of, like, personality and charm it has, it is brimming with it. Do I believe in the Skyloft monster? It's a demon, which is Batro, which is the quest we're trying to do, so yeah. You probably must have to talk to this guy as well. No one's seen it and lived to tell the tale. That is a good point. How do you know about this if no one's seen him and lived to tell the tale? I was saved by my cat-like reflexes. Any regular person wouldn't have lived long enough to scream. I walked by the tree in the middle of the night. Thought it hit the gravestone nearest the tree and the gravestone lit up. I pushed the gravestone and the door to the storage shed opened up all by itself. It closed the door behind itself, which was unexpectedly polite for a demon. Most terrifying thing these old eyes had ever seen. If you're smart, you should stay clear of the cemetery in the middle of the night. And it says middle of the night, there is just daytime or nighttime in this game, it's not a time-based thing. The only place you can enjoy some more famous pumpkin soup. 10 booties up. 10 booties a bottle. 10 rupees a bottle. I don't have an empty bottle now. Do you want my piece of heart though? What? Well, why would I do that? There was a heart piece on the chandelier. I could see it was right there. Here we go, Stritch. I have gone and made a terrible mess of things. Be in a world of trouble. But I wanted the heart piece! Link's just wanton destruction knows no bounds. I see heart piece, I break things. I don't care. Look at what you've done. Yeah, that's probably quite an expensive chandelier, custom ordered as well. Oh no. You're gonna be working for me for free until you pay off every single rupee that chandelier cost me. No way. I don't want to own up to my responsibility. I'm Link. I mean, he's right. He's very right. I have got a lot of nerve just coming in here, breaking your chandelier. I'm trying to run away. Is he gonna let me leave? What happens if we just try and walk out? Just... Nope. This is not happening. You are not leaving this place. Don't just sit there. Have you got something to do right now? I guess we'll stand. I meant to press A to talk to you, but it's kind of funny that it still has something to say if you just sit down. What's this one about? Kind of similar to most Zelda games of like, well, you know, Link and Zelda were being friends and Link did his test to become like a knight of Skyloft, and then something just took Zelda down to the ground below where people haven't lived for a long time. Like, no one that lives in the sky has like ever been down to the ground and come back and told the tales, apart from Link now. And it's basically just going through and trying to find Zelda and chase Zelda. I haven't got an empty bottle. God damn it. So yeah. At the moment, it's just like, we've done one dungeon, and we are chasing Zelda through different portions of Hyrule. Although it's not Hyrule yet, it's just like the surface. Because Hyrule hasn't been established yet in the world. But yeah, we're currently just on a quest to try and catch up to Zelda, and she, like, we did the first dungeon, we just missed her, now she's gone to Eldin, and we need to try and chase her across there. Oh, also, hi, also, thank you for joining. But we've got to deliver some hot pumpkin soup within 5 minutes, otherwise it'll get cold. Who am I taking it to? Deliver the soup to the Knight Commander. I can never remember which one's which. I think this is like the Knight Commander is like the guy with the long hair, but it may be Zelda's dad. I can't remember. But either way, we've got 5 minutes to get hot pumpkin soup to one of the old guys. So we want to... It does actually affect where you, like, land on the island, depending on where you dive off. So we want to put ourselves at this end of the side of things so that we are closer to whoever. Owlin. Not Owlin. Is it Mr. President himself? In his office. Room. He's the headmaster, not the... Come on. don't want to drink it. Nope. Is it the guy that teaches you how to do, like, guy with the sword tutorials and stuff? Should have probably paid more attention to who he was telling me to go see. Like, the Knight Commander, I'm like, yeah, sure, that's fine. This guy here. In the sparring hall. I'd imagine it's one of those three main guys, so... Ah, Aegis, that sounds right, yeah. It is his favourite pumpkin soup. There we go. Here you go. I'm just waiting for him to, like, smash our bottle. It's like, no, we only had 2 of those. Say thanks to the owner. Really? All the way back. Mr. Lumpy himself. The Lumpus of Pumpus. Do appreciate the that the stamina fruits are around. Just, oh no! Get that brief second of just like this is not enough. Here we go. It does feel cool to like dive off, but that loading screen is annoying. Oh, hello. No, okay, I missed it. Whatever. We're gone. Back to Olympus Pumpus. And I do really like the places you can go in the sky, but it does really feel like very similar to Wind Waker in the sense that just everything is so sparse. It'd be nice if everything was a bit more densely populated. Which doesn't make sense. It does make sense for all the Skylands to be all over the place and a bit far apart, but it doesn't need to make sense. We're in a world where there's just random Skylands. Because years ago, a goddess just lifted people up to safety. Yeah, well, of course I didn't get anything. Didn't get anything because I friggin' broke his chandelier and I'm repaying him back. So this guy's really into bugs. This is one of Groose's friends. That like, he's the tall bully, and he's really into stick insects. I do have a bug net. You gonna tell me anything else? Okay, right now he's just like, go get a bug net. Rich, we have a bug net. We have one already. And eventually I think he buys bugs from you if you're in need of rubies. So he's just a good way to go get easy rupees, and I think like every now and then he like has a special on certain ones that he's gonna give you more money for and stuff, and you can make quite a decent amount of money off it. So let's go back to Skyloft, and then now we should be able to go to the graveyard at night and get stuff figured out. Presumably, I would have been able to do it anyway. I just didn't know that you had to hit that specific gravestone and push it. I could remember enough that I could remember like, oh, you need to be pushing one of these gravestones. But that's where I got mixed up a little bit. Google, stop it. Phone. Quiet. No. Technology coming in. Down here. Okay, good. I mean, I was going to say you would hope that they might have fixed the fact that you have to go into that loading screen and load up Skyloft separately, but I guess for just like a HD remaster, you can't really... Because that's changing how the entire game like loads and stores the island itself and loads like levels of detail and stuff. I guess it's a lot to change unless you're completely remaking the game. And again, like the day-night system of specifically having to go into Link's room, back up the stairs, through the door that's unlocked still, and that's just every time you want to go out of the night and whatnot, whenever you want to change the day to night. Like, you would think maybe they just put in like a bird statue outside the academy, the ability to change day to night, just to make things a bit quicker. Graveyard is here. So it said strike the one that's closest to the tree, then that glows, then push it. This is how we get to go and meet the demon of Skyloft. Look at the power of Link. Being able to leap down ladders a few chunks at a time. This man, powerful man. The lost child is screaming as she's in the demon's house. Things ready to go. Oh, Link actually is ready to go. Is that what the fuck, man? I know, but this must look right now. I assure you I mean no harm. We were just playing a game of scream as loud as you can. Perhaps an explanation is in order. My name is Batro. I am a monster who resides here in this humble dwelling below Skyloft. Please allow me to correct one popular misconception. While I am certainly a monster, I wouldn't dream of terrorizing the people of this town. This adorable little girl is the only one who didn't let loose a blood-curdling scream at the sight of me. Since she began to visit me here, I've felt positively jubilant. See, my heart's only wish is to become friends with the lovely people of Skyloft. But as you can surely imagine, it's been proven quite difficult to break the ice when they are struck with paralyzing fear at the mere sight of me. I assure you nothing would fill my heart with joy more than to be friends with the fine people of this town. But as soon as I try to approach any of them and extend my claw in friendship, they run and scream as if they've seen a walking nightmare. Silly me, I've gotten ahead of myself. See, there is an old tale among my monstrous kin that goes as follows. It seems that when humans make other humans happy, the happy humans produce a substance known as a gratitude crystal. That I'm not, me as a human, I'm not aware of this. We produce gratitude crystals. Maybe we're all just such shitty humans that we've like forgotten the ability to do it because we can't make each other happy anymore. Gratitude crystals are quite amazing. Just looking at them and knowing there was such gratitude in the world could turn me from a monster into a human. Nothing would delight me more than to become a human. From the moment I laid my regrettably demonic eyes on you, I could tell you had a gentle and generous heart. Won't you please gather gratitude crystals and show them to me? So this Patro basically wants to become a human. For whatever reason, I'd rather stay a cool demon man, but... you know, basically go do side quests, make people happy and get gratitude crystals. And then maybe if you get all of the gratitude crystals like available, then maybe I'll turn into a human out of gratitude. You could also merely be lying around here in Skyloft or elsewhere among the clouds, anywhere you find people. I'm sure someone with a heart as pure and genuine as yours will be able to see them. Solve some troubles and gather me all the gratitude crystals you can find. And you can help provide me with... any help you can provide me will be deeply appreciated. I promise your assistance will not go unrewarded. And we have to tell the kid, hey, you know your fucking mum's looking for you, kid. You can't just be going off. Saved me one time when I almost fell over the edge. Lets me come here and scream as loud as they want. Said it was dangerous to go out alone at night. So I'll just hang out here for a while, tell my mum I'm coming home in the morning. Don't worry, your kid's fine. She's not coming back home until the morning. She's just chilling out with a demon dude and screaming. It'll be fine. I'm not really sure that this is the best way to keep your mum happy in this scenario, but yeah, sure. I found your kid. Oh, cool. Did you rescue her? No, I just left her screaming in a room with a demonic Batman. He seemed friendly, though. He kept asking me for weird crystals. I don't remember which house. This woman's house is covered in sand. So I presume when we got the Gust Bellows, you see Pip out on patrol, make sure you say hello. Will do. But yeah, when we get the Gust Bellows, we presumably have to come and clean our house for her. So I just cannot remember which house the mum lives in at all. Doesn't even tell you which house is which before you go in, but I wouldn't know anyway. Here. Child just won't sleep for me. What can I do? The business gets tired from the business all day. I'll let her get some rest sometime. What a nice thing to say is like, yeah, my wife runs a business. I've got to try and deal with the kid myself while she gets some shut eye. Being a good, responsible father. Unlike the one that just lets her daughter run away with just demons whenever she feels like it. That's the scrap man. Hey! Dondo. Most of us don't go outside in the dark without a really good reason. Like, yeah, when there's just like slime monsters everywhere, I don't really blame you. Oh, let him tinker. He's just got a hobby. Leave him alone. He's like, please make him stop repairing this robot while he's at home. Tinkering. This, like, maybe person. It is the crystal ball. Barrett. Come to my stall. Bizarre. See? I just really can't find this parent who's lost her daughter. You'd think, I mean, I was gonna say, there are monsters roaming around at night, but when they're like, well, no one really goes outside of a night without good reason. Maybe a child being lost would be a good enough reason to be outside, but maybe not. Apparently not. Isn't there anyone special out there for me? Do you just walk into people's places without permission all the time? Yeah, it's kind of what Link does. It's kind of his thing. He kind of just comes and goes. I'm surprised they don't all just know this at this point. Has Link not just randomly spent all his entire life just doing this? Everyone in the town not just used to Link just terrorizing them in the middle of the night? The house is down near the water's edge. Thank you! Thank you, one NPC, for trying to help me locate this mother. The house is down near the water's edge. Presumably, the house. Ah, here we go. I guess at least she's with a friendly and responsible adult. I can't wait to see her. Is that all you've got to say? Okay. I guess that's fine. I guess everybody's okay with this situation of like, yeah, trust me, she's gonna be fine, and she's screaming at the demon's house. And just, well, thanks for that info. Like, is it really that bad out here? You can't run past like a couple of slime monsters? I mean, I guess Link can't. You can't get Link to escort you to your daughter? I'd say just, I mean, let's go say hello to Pip. Yeah, this is his patrol route. Which means, yeah, they should have actual knights out here on patrol. I love seeing people happy and safe. That's what being a knight is all about. Link's a knight. Could he not just be like, hey, there is monsters out there, but I'm going to either escort your daughter back to you, or I'm going to escort you to your daughter to convince her to come back. Oh well. They're all just happy with this situation. This baffling situation of just... Even if it was the case of, like, even if he wasn't a demon Batman thing, and even if he was just a human, if someone told me, don't worry, like, I found your kid, she's just going to be up all night screaming at a friendly man's house down the road, you'd be like, oh, no, I want her to come back to my house. I do not feel comfortable with her just being in this friendly man's quote-unquote house. Especially when you don't know the dude and he's had a conversation with you for all of 5 minutes. I wonder if they'll have anything else to say in the day. Because I would have assumed that that's where our first gratitude crystals. As we know, life is now all about just those gratitude crystals. I don't actually think I ever got all of the gratitude crystals in the game and saw what happens when you give them all to him. I don't think I ever completed Batro's side quest, because it means doing every single side quest in the game, essentially. I don't know how to express my gratitude. Thank you ever so much. How about producing gratitude crystals out of your skull? Taking a lot of gratitude to produce this bunch of 5 crystals. So yeah. That gives us now the ability to just start doing other side quests that will get us gratitude crystals and be able to find them in chests throughout the world and stuff like that, so. It's just one of those things of probably best to just get that out of the way as quickly as possible. Seeing now other people start having side quests in town and stuff. What's wrong? Short while ago, my little sister went out for a quick flight, but she hasn't come home. Getting late for her to go, but still be out, so I went looking for her everywhere, but I couldn't find her. Helping me look for her. Said she was curious about that colourful island that appeared recently. So she's somewhere in the southwestern sky. She's just over in that general direction somewhere. She lost. Just apparently people in this town cannot keep track of each other. Every fucker's getting lost. That's all the way, so it's time. It's time for what this stream was literally named for. Mostly just to be a silly pun, but you know. It's also accurate, I am not lying. There is an Elden Ring right here. Not Eldin, Eldin. This is the true next FromSoft game. The ring we've got to dive deep, deep into. So. Yeah. Takes us straight to Eldin Volcano. So again, this is like one of 3 of the main, like, areas, provinces, whatever you want to call them, counties, states, whatever the fuck you want, region. 65% of the region is covered by lava. Please exercise caution with flammable materials such as wood and fabric, so it's probably a good thing we got that iron shield. In the event you catch on fire, I highly recommend you extinguish the flames by rolling forward or using a spin attack. So yeah, this is one of 3 main areas within, like, the, I guess, like, the overworld, the underworld. Dungeon number 2. Now that we've got, like, an upgrade to the wallet, gotta be sure we're making dough. Making dollar bills. What happens when you throw lava slime into lava? Does it die? Does it get more powerful? Like, what's the law? Go and unlock a chest for us in the sky. Oh, it's these guys. You mess with our turf and you're gonna pay. Lead and cobble. I don't think this is one of those red creeps, aka Bokoblin. No reason to scare the hair off us though. Like, you're the one who jumped out of me! These monsters showing up and messing with our turf have got me on edge. Mr. Too Scared to Dig in the Dark. That's a real shit fear to have if you're like a mole person. So what do you guys want? Trying to play one-handed while taking a drink, but... So there was someone running around here earlier, but didn't get a real good look at them. They must have gone straight up here, so why don't you follow? We'll do. But the fact that they took away the ability to run and swing your sword. This game, like, it was in Twilight Princess. Not in this, though. I would strike available. Oh yeah, this is where they teach us about bowling bombs. I'm not a friend of the red creeps, no. You're not that ugly. I am here to pick up bomb flowers, yes. Pick up one with A. The fuse lights a few seconds later. Boom. You don't want to stop and sniff this flower. Dangerous plants. Use them. They become a powerful weapon. Toss and roll them the same way you do with jars. See what you can do with those bomb flowers over there. No, I do not know how to roll and throw stuff. Got you covered with all the info you need. When you got a bomb flower, hold it up. The trajectory of the bomb will show for you. All you got to do is line it up with your target and chuck it. Trajectory guide will also show up. You hold it down low, then you can roll the bomb along that guideline. So maybe let's go over to these jars here and just get a practice run in first. So if we hold it up, then we press ZR to throw. If we hold it down, we press ZR to roll. Cool. Then you can, like, angle the bombs too. You can. They have got a bit of a longer fuse than I'm used to with Zelda bombs because, you know, presumably that's just got to aim them a bit more. Bad at all. Can't let any of these pots live though. What kind of link would I be? And in that. Ah, yes. So you have to like hold it low for things like that, and then roll it in. Oh, it worked anyway, even though we didn't get it in the hole, but the game's just being a bit generous. Oh! Big old slime. Fucking hell. Ah, just for one jelly. One little jelly blob. Here for a second. Whenever you see a little stool there in Skyward Sword, like that, it just means like, oh, here's a place to just sit and recover a bit of health. Very nice when they've just put it back next to the bomb tutorial. It's like, for fuck's sake. Oh, yeah, roll. How do we roll? Like, they're already just... here. Mirko. The funny dressed character went into that hole, so that's where we need to be going. I want to know what this Cuke was wearing. Pretty sure the getup was pretty blackish. Or don't remember much. Okay. Wearing, just doing that tech earlier we were talking about, just wearing the super black shader. Yeah, no worries, Shadow. Thank you for joining. As always. Been a pleasure. Go and rest. They run in there. I think they like fire to stop you getting past that way. This way. God damn it, this is such an annoying control scheme. Because to use the sword, you have to be using the right stick, but to be using the camera, you have to hold like the little like L1 button there, and then use the right stick. But then it means that you can't aim your camera in any specific way while you're trying to use your sword at any point. So, this bomb's here. I'm gonna say, how do we get access? So, stop this thing. Yeah, there is the classic Zelda, just press the left like trigger button to make it so that like the camera just, you know, goes behind you and locks in that way, but there's no proper camera control without having to like hold the L1 equivalent button. What, L on the Switch? Yeah, they forgot what the fatal blow thing was then. Yeah. I was gonna say that spin attack is just like your savior, but that's why you can't just overly spam it, is because of it takes up your stamina quite a bit. Pretty generous with it. Not that generous. There we go. Oh, just put him on near it. Was fine. Okay. Think. Roll one here. I don't remember what that does exactly. Ah, okay. Gives us access to back up there. Get to here, maybe? This just helps us loop back around. Don't see bomb flowers close enough where we could make that shortcut happen just yet. Ooh. Maybe I will save for now, because we've gone quite a while without doing any saving. Save, not save and quit. A bit more safe. I thought for a second it was saying we'd played 3 hours. I was like, definitely done more like 4, because we've done 2 streams for today. They just shimmied on in and took our territory. It's like, there seems to be quite a lot of you. Why didn't you do anything about it? You literally can sneak attack on them with bomb flowers from just underground. Over here? Maybe they went up. Chase the clowns out of here. So maybe that gives us access to like the hits. Do the digging. I can't remember. An attack's not perfect, but man. Oh. Thinking about. Yeah, they just why do they just keep coming? One over here that keeps blowing a horn and keeps summoning them in. This fucker. He's so tired. One last one. There we go. There was a fair few of them, but I just completely missed the part where they were actually continually getting called in. So maybe we get some digging mitts here. I can't remember. It certainly looks like it. I wonder what happens if we just say rupees and we don't want a way forward. Is that really what you're after? It is reward and all, but really? Just rupees? Seems like a waste of an opportunity to me. Oh wait, I know, I've got something good instead. I don't have any rupees on me, but I did have something better. Well, I got something that can help you reach your friend. That classic Nintendo with just... Why give me the choice in saying no? If all that's going to happen is a bit of flavor text of like, well, he doesn't really want to say no, so I'm just going to presume that he said yes anyway and give him this thing. And then dig up there. Get up here. Oh. Get some Eldin ore. And once again, just want to remind everyone, when I was talking last stream, I'm like, oh, well, whenever you boot up the game again on the Wii version, every time you pick up, like, a new rupee, that session, not game save, that session, every time you pick up a new Eldin ore, every time you catch a butterfly for the first time, since you've saved and come back to the game, like, not since you first started playing that save file, since you booted up the game that day, every single consumable and pickup and stuff reprocs that message to remind you what it is. So you could pick up a blue rupee, a red rupee, Eldin ore, a butterfly. We've done all them things today. A rhinoceros beetle. And then we could save and quit. And every time we pick up those things again, every single item has the message displayed again for what the item is. Of like, You picked up this for the first time. And when there's, what, 5, 6 different rupees in the game, there's about 40 different consumable items for crafting. And I think there's probably a couple of other things you can pick up, like, I think it does it with heart pieces every time, but, like, still. I think there's a few other consumables that also you can pick up, and it'll proc a message again. Ugh. And, like, Twilight Princess had a similar problem with a few of those things as well, and it's like, why would you think this was a good thing to put in your game? Just every now and then I don't spin it enough to do anything, so Link is just like, I don't know which one we're meant to go down here. Let's go to the middle. Oh! Presumably that was the correct answer. Just the best is probably just going to be able to get a chest down here that had some Eldin ore in it. Fine. Let's just go the way we're meant to go now. Okay. Oh, hello. We dug up a mole. You can't just start digging right above my head, you know. I didn't really know you were there, to be honest. Rupees are the most common treasure you'll dig up. Sometimes you'll find Eldin ore or some hearts. You run across that hole and you got time to dig, 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 dig. Speaking of which, finding a hole to dig. Sneaky, suspicious hole. The heart hole. I mean, depending on what you ask people, some people may have a different response when you ask them what the heart hole is. And I don't know what my response would be. To clarify. Put this in your heart hole. Kinda wanna. But we have to do it far back enough that. What went? That did not follow the guide path there. That's curling a lot less than the game is implying. Oh. Got that one. Or can we got kind of like onto here? And try and get it from this. Oh my god. No, just YOLO. Okay. We accidentally made the shot. Just the fuck it, the bomb's about to explode. I've got to throw this. Where else are they blocking my path off of fire? Oh. There we go. Ah, fuck. Oh. Like, this is fine as a puzzle element. It's just... controls really do make it suck. close enough. Count. To do with you. Please, I'll take it. So where do we run to? Rot and a half. Fuck. Okay, I've got to throw it a little bit further back so that we don't make it proc its fire, because that seems to basically just the explosion. We were close. Less curve on it. Oh. Okay, it was close enough. The game let it count. I don't really know what that one's stopping us get to. I don't think it is, so we'll let that one live just to go tell the tale. Go tell your friends about this moment. Tell them if they see a man garbed in a green tunic, just don't breathe fire at him, just run. And yeah, those kind of elements where it's like they were trying to make it so that, oh, well, the dungeon really begins when you get into the area, not when you get into the dungeon. The temple. Like, the temple begins like the moment you enter the new region. And I kind of get it in moments like that where you have little puzzly moments, but yeah, as I said, man, just the way that the control scheme is for this game, it just... That's what happens when you're trying to, you know, design new controls around a game that was entirely based on the motion control gimmick. It's difficult. And they've managed to make it work, it's just not elegant. One of your people just came charging. Dressed all in black. Is that your friend? That's what we call it, a drop dead end. This character danced right over it. Seriously, jumping over a gap like that, my jaw hit the dirt. Like, yeah, that's a pretty big fucking gap. It's for some reason just opening up for us.
Hey.
Oh, here we go. You're the goddess's chosen hero. Zelda is ahead. Hurry. The one thing I always say is that, like, you know, they did a great job with this character in Hyrule Warriors. And I'm just mad we don't get to see kind of more of this version of the character in other games. Thought they could have made a very good potential, like, Zelda edition for Smash Bros. As well. Considering that technically the Zelda franchise hasn't had like a brand new addition to the Smash Bros. Cast, like completely brand new and not just, well, it's a different Link. He hasn't had a brand new addition to the cast since Melee, which when you put that together, I'm like, that means Smash Bros. Hasn't had a new Zelda character put it in it properly since 23 years ago. And yet, like, yes, we've had Toon Link that doesn't really count when it's just here's a different Link, or like, oh, they changed the Link in Smash Ultimate to have like remote bombs instead and to not have a hook shot. Like, right? Not exactly a new character though, is it? Or like they changed Ganon to have like a bit more of a unique moveset in 4, I want to say, not Ultimate. Finally got a Monster Claw. I mean, true, yeah. You could have had any of the 4 champions from Breath of the Wild, but a Bosa would have just been fantastic. She is literally a warrior. That's a fucking job title. Fuck yeah. Murder that Bokoblin. Just explodes into dust when it hits there. Ah. Yeah, I think it would have been a bit harder, I think, with Rivali and Mipha, but Daruka or a Bosa, preferably a Bosa, would have been wild. Would have been Breath of the Wild. Like, obviously, Impa, and then, like, a lot of people say, I've been asking, you know, give us, like, a Skull Kid for years and years and years. It's like, yeah, Skull Kid could also work, but I think just in terms of, I think, a better, probably, like, an easier character to make moveset-wise, probably be a Bosa. I think she's just, you know, also just way more relevant. Yeah, it's wild, like, it's not as if there's been loads of new characters and introductions and stuff in each Zelda game, but there's definitely been enough done over 20 years of the last, like, Zelda games. Since fucking the launch of the GameCube, that we could have had some different characters added to Smash Bros. That weren't just a different Link. Oh, shit. No. How do I get my... Oh, no. I think they've probably gone back. Ah, they have not. The Eldin roller. The small body bugs roll a big ball of something. Like, could you not even just put the word poop in there? No? Not allowed to say the word poop in Zelda. We're literally running around murdering enemies, but can't say dung or poop or something. I'm very aware that you're calling for help, but there's no help here for you. Just endlessly, mindlessly calling for help. Can help you. I don't remember what this is here. It's just normal water? It's just water? I thought it was like some special spring water or something, maybe. Alas, it is just water. I think, if I remember rightly. Oh. Then around here is a cave that lets us play like a minigame where it's just one of those minigames like with the Wind Waker one where there was calculator online. But it's not that it's going to always guarantee you money, but oh fucking hell. Well, that's gone. Reminds me of everyone just talking about Dragon's Dogma 2 of like, oh yeah, I'm just like throwing people off cliffs. Accidentally threw a slime off a cliff. No, Link, no, no! Throw him off the ledge. That'll deal with them. The little noise they make as well. Yeah, them all beetle. Oh, beetle down. Slingshot is meant to be the way for them. Ow. I was trying to flick up, but I wasn't. Again, just I was moving the stick rather than like flicking the stick. And the game just doesn't recognize that as flicky enough for you to do as proper sword swing. Yeah, you meant to. The moment they pick up the boulder, you just use a slingshot and it just rushes them with the boulder. Ow. Banning force spammer from Iron Crown. Yeah, I think my next two that I managed to nab using your tactic of just throw random shinies up, of just like got myself the Gouging Fire and Raging Bolts. Just need to build them for next time. Maybe get the trifecta on the go of build all three of those. But yeah, you were right of just like, fuck it, just throw like a shiny Psyduck on there and someone will give you like a Raging Bolt for it. They busted up the key to the door and hid the places all over. There are one of 5 pieces buried right around here. That strange blonde girl in the weird clothes got taken away too. Raging Bolt did very, very well. I'm very upset though, because my friend was right in his theorizing of like, yeah, I think they're going to put restricted Pokemon in the next season because that's what they normally do towards the tail end of the game. It's like now we're going to have to deal with all the fucking like Kyogres everywhere and everything. So the first one that came to my head of like, which ones of these Pokemons do I actually like, came to mind was Lunala. Really, the design of Lunala. It's like, well, what's the biggest problem with Lunala? Well, it's got 2 4x weaknesses to Dark and Ghost. I could just Terra her into something else then. Do like a Fairy Terra Lunala or something like that. Yeah, Koraidon and Miraidon, and like fucking Shadow Calyrex and all of this. Like, it just makes the game more boring. The oddly carved figure taken deeper into the region must be Zelda, yes. So this door is probably the same material composition as the mechanism of the bars, so let's do some dowsing. Yay for dowsing! Oh. How does one douse again? Up on the deep. So 1 of 5 key pieces. And it's moments like this where I'm just like, do you all really want to go back to old Zelda? Like, this is what you want instead of Tears of the Kingdom Breath of the Wild? You want to run around dousing to dig up key parts? Because I don't want that again. I don't want that anymore. These are the elements of Zelda that are just, like, mindless and boring. I know not necessarily everyone's... oh, come on. Oh, so this is an objective for a side quest. But because I know it's an objective for a side quest, but the game doesn't yet. Or, like, Link in the game doesn't know yet, or can't do anything about it. So I've just got to note that that little windmill thing is there. And then come back later in the game when the game actually tells me, like, oh, hey, like, we need to go find, like, a windmill piece. I know it's right there, and I know we need it. Yeah, what are... I haven't actually double-checked. What are the abilities of Koraidon and Miraidon? I remember them being powerful and everyone using them in, like, the Terror Raids for a long time. Before people started getting, like, you know, more build-specific for the Mighty Marks and stuff. Get me done, goddess. Most of the time it's just, here's 100+ rupees, or here's a heart piece from the Goddess Cube chest. It's like, yeah, cool, yeah. I'll take that. Just... Uh-huh. See it. There in one. Oh. Oh. Just again, like, I always say, what happened to the days where, like, the legendary Pokemon, and again, the moment the abilities were introduced into the game, it was bullshit because fucking Kyogre and Groudon, right, just setting weathers. So they have, ever since abilities have been thing, there have been some Pokemon with bullshit abilities, I admit. But, like, what was ever wrong with just being like, this Pokemon's super powerful, give it pressure? Pressure's pretty good. Halves a PP on a useful move. That can be devastating sometimes, but it's not brokenly powerful. Like, pressure can be very frustrating to fight against when you're not paying attention. So just, oh yeah, all of a sudden some of your best moves, they only have 4 or 5 uses maybe. And that's when you've maxed out the PP, which obviously in competitive battle then everyone does, but... Oh, you thought you had a move with a nice 8 PP? Good luck, you can use it 4 times now. Right, yeah. That's the thing, right? It's like... It's good, it can be useful, to the point where, like, Entei is see him play because of that plus terror typing, yeah. By no means a bad ability, but just put it on some really fucking strong Pokemon. So that they don't get busted abilities like being able to fucking set terrain and weather and shit, and get extra boosts on top of that. I do appreciate just quite how many, oh my god. They just... Come back! If you want to fight, fight me! I do appreciate quite how many stamina fruit they do just put around in this game, because... I imagine there was a point in the game where they didn't have many about, and it was very frustrating to do all these things. Oh, fuck off. Look at the ledge wrong and Link like, yep, I'm down for jumping into an abyss. What about you? This way. Okay. Speaking of just leaping off ledges like nobody cares. Your time to shine, Link. Oh. Oh. I didn't want to keep leaping just in case there wasn't a stamina fruit, but... The strength of this boy. Strength of Link there. You try climbing vines. Just climbing vines alone. You try doing that shit, and then on top of that, try leaping side to side and up and down and re-grabbing and staying afloat while you're doing it. Christ, Link. Mighty man. The ultimate tactics. I'd love to actually see someone bug hunt in real life with that tactic. Of just a bug net, like... Just trying. The bug just gives up. He's like, I don't want to fight whatever this is. Oh god, no. The fire room. Run, Link! Yeah, I'm detecting... Oh god, we won't. Dowsing results do not show down this path. Okay, thank you. Ow, ow, we're on fire, and we're burnt, and oh, Link. Not gone well for little Link over there. Not missed too much. We've basically just been following around this area, just getting lit on fire apparently. And other than that, just yeah, been trying to get 5 pieces of a key to get us into the dungeon. We've basically just been milling around the area trying to figure out like to go and stuff. It would be nice to not have to use our potion and go pick up some hearts. Yeah, business. Just, you know, getting ourselves set on fire. Running around murdering things and screaming like Link does. So do we have just a chair that we can sit on around here? Where the what? I'll just give us our pots. It's a very handy fence you've got there. He's putting in a lot of work. God damn it. These. Oh. Yeah. Kind of keep in. Heal up somewhere, please. I think this is the minigame cave. I did think it was earlier than the dungeon. As far as I can remember, this is essentially Zelda Minesweeper. I'm glad we went back then, because we'd missed a nice little minigame. Hubert. First time here, am I? It is indeed. Thrill Digger. It should have been called Thriller Digger, though. Thriller Digger. Do you like money? How about explosions? Well, dig up some rupees before you hit a bomb in a suspenseful game of Thrill Digger. Want to try it? Yeah, let's just give a beginner course for now. It's great for first timers. 30 rupees, want to give it a go. Just be careful what you're poking around in the dirt. Could go kaboom. Oh, we didn't get an explanation of the rules. Five. So I think it's green rupees mean there's 0 bombs nearby. Blue rupees means there's 1 nearby, like adjacent space. Red rupees is 2 nearby, and then I think there's even like purple rupee ones. Low value rupees only have a few bad spots nearby. Higher the value of the rupee, the more bad spots are on nearby. If your first burrow digs up a bomb, you'll just have to admit defeat and try again. Okay, let's try again. That's not a good return of investment, though. Just 5 rupees for 30. And we took damage from the bomb. Shit. That means there's 1 bad spot nearby. 0 bad spots nearby, so these are all safe. So, presumably it means one of these 2 are bad. These 3 are also all safe. There's 1 bad near all 3 of them. I'm not very good at Minesweeper, to clarify. Ah. We didn't quite turn a profit, no. Let's have a chat for a second while we heal. Yeah, sure. Is it too bright for you? The RAM frames make me look more fashionable. I'm not sure they did quite do, but plenty proud of my fine moustache. Cute, curly, and very pointed and jaggy. We're good. We're ready to do another round of Thrill Digger, I think. Yeah, because this is just like Minesweeper. There's just a little tool online to just help you like get loads of rupees by just putting in your answers and letting it figure out for you. But there are RuPaws in this one which literally steal money from you. But that's the thing, is just like Minesweeper, gambling is addictive. I know, unfortunately. Why I try to keep myself away from it. But this is just like virtual gambling. It can't help me, right? It can't hurt me. It can help me in game. But yeah, the classic thing of like, just like in regular Minesweeper, you could just fuck up and pick the wrong one to begin with. That means there's at least 2 nearby. Gonna risk it. Wow. I chose poorly. Well, I'm done. I just wanted to find a place to heal up, and we found that. Okay? But maybe just when we end this stream, I'll just run back and get some extra rupees and get a couple of upgrades off screen, like the extra like adventure pouch that we wanted and stuff. But I don't want to spend all my time on stream just watching Lucas be bad at Minesweeper. I did pay for it, yeah. It's true. We just wanted a place to heal up and feel a bit better, and it cost us quite a bit of money. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I forget that all of the enemies respawn. Oh my god. Dude. Just for going and playing one minigame. Ow. Run. Oh shit, one of them's still alive. Oh. Jesus Christ. I did not see that coming. No. Oh my god. That looked great. Come on. Okay. I never thought I'd actually be fucking kicked down the curb by a goblin. Absolutely had me off. This point. It's like, yeah, just ain't got time for this shit. We have to sprint in here and go to the right-hand side, I think. Ah! Oh, god damn it. God damn it. Did I choose the correct path or the incorrect path? Oop. That fairy. Oh no. Oop it. Don't know what is down the other way, but probably access to, like, the heart or something. Then when we dug. You like to see... Oh, just those. Yeah. Ah. Just roll the bomb across and blow up those boulders over there. Very nice. Like, is it going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy? Or is it actually going to turn out to be just difficult, difficult, lemon difficult? We'll never know. Oh, there we go. Fourth piece of kit. Go in here then. Hold on, getting some peas and ore. Here. Nah, Link likes to get in with his hands and make it personal. No, 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 20. I don't know when we make it across that gap. I still just love the idea of, like, just watching a man with a bug net just scraping it up against the wall, like, need these ladybugs. I don't even remember anymore because just, you know, I think modern life is just so fucking Americanized for British people. Like, I don't remember whether we say ladybug or ladybird and which one's American and which one's British way of saying it. I think we say ladybirds. Americans say ladybugs. I just couldn't tell you at this point. Like, I couldn't confidently say one way or the other. Right, yeah. Okay, yeah. So we say ladybird. We say ladybird in the UK. But just, yeah. So much of my life is watching, like, American media, interacting with a American fan base that's like 50% of our fan base is American. So like, just, I think a lot of my vocabulary just for those two main reasons is just become very Americanized to the point where I don't know that I'm doing it or don't know which parts of it are Americanized. Very strange. Oh my god. Just pro ladybird catcher. No, no, no! Oh, you fuck! Link, you asshole. Why didn't you make the jump? Hmm. Yeah, like, I think it is one of those of... Not trying... Was never trying to, like, say that, you know, Americans don't watch British media. But I think that probably there's, like, a larger portion of American media available in the UK than vice versa, I'd assume. Like, most of the time when I go onto a Netflix or a another streaming service like Apple TV Plus, we've been watching a lot of because we got like a free 6 months of that. And like basically everything we're watching on that is American stuff, right? Yeah, I'm glad that like Doctor Who's becoming way more normalized as a thing over in America. It sounds like it's becoming a very common thing to actually watch and consume like over in America now, which is really cool because I think despite how up and down its quality can be, I do think it's like one of the most interesting cultural exports we have. And just, yeah, for nothing else other than just like, it's also very interesting the fact that it's been around for so long. So like you can literally watch it, like, you know, a show that's modern or a show that goes all the way back to like the 70s. Obviously there's a big gap in that, but yeah, there was a good, what, 10 plus years where there wasn't much Doctor Who knocking about. There was like that one weird movie that I think people, you know, like, but it was just kind of, it was late considering how much like all the Doctor Who had already ended, but then it never led on to any other project happening. Like, it just seems to be this like weird thing that's like kind of stuck in the middle of both timelines. Like, there's like modern Doctor Who and old school Doctor Who, but then there's just that movie that's like randomly happened partway through the break. Yeah, one that I do tend to like. I like The Office, for example. I do tend to nearly always prefer the British versions, but I don't prefer the British version of The Office because I just like the amount. Like, I don't mind some cringe humor, but the amount that David Brent is cringe, like it genuinely hurts to watch sometimes. Like, I find that the UK Office difficult to watch. Whereas the US Office is difficult to watch for, like, a British version. Yeah, it's a British version of it. That was what The Office was based off, yeah. There's even an episode where, like, because Ricky Gervais was one of the main like creators behind the original British Office, there's a part where David Brent, who is Ricky Gervais's character, like reprises his role as himself when they do like the interviews for the new manager after Michael. Ricky Gervais comes in as his like UK Office character, David Brent, and they're like, what a fucking arsehole this guy is. It's like, yeah, he is. And that's why, like, the first couple of seasons, especially season 1, Michael in the US Office is, like, a proper arsehole. He's based off, like, Ricky Gervais's character, but then they realised this isn't working. Like, we need to make him less of a straight-up just dickhead and make him a bit of a likeable guy, because just David Brent was never that, and it just wasn't working. Then they made him the lovable dunce, but there's still that weird like season 2 kind of era of Michael where he's like they're figuring out that they should take him that way, but they haven't committed to it yet, and he's a bit of a weird asshole still, and like I think there's still some like weird kind of like you know moments of like fat shaming and racism and stuff still like in his character in like the season 2 arc, but by the time he gets to like season 3 he's very much more like, I think it's around season 3 that he properly leans into just being a bit of a lovable idiot, which makes that show way more watchable. Like I sometimes find myself skipping parts of The American Office in the first couple of seasons because it's like just watching both like Michael as a character and then the Jim and Roy still togetherness. Both of those I'm just like, oh man, this is like difficult to watch. Yeah, the kind of wrap up of The Office was definitely one of the better things. That you can kind of tell that The Office and Parks and Rec were made up by kind of similar people. Like a lot of the people that made The Office when it made Parks and Rec was originally going to be tied together with The Office, and it was going to be like essentially a spin-off of The Office and be in the same like universe, quote unquote. But they canned that in the end and just made it its own thing. But the finale for both of those two shows are quite similar in just like, let's remember to show where everyone is and give everyone a nice sign out and just bring peace and joy to that world and just make it really satisfying. And it's like, cool. It's just a very satisfying way to end both shows. I really like the Will Ferrell cameo. Again, he kind of reminds me of like the almost like the character that Michael like started out as, where it's like difficult to watch at times. But like it was nice to have that in contrast to like then the current Michael. I think my favorite one of like the bosses, apart from Michael, was just is it Robert California? Is that his character's name? Where he's just the one that's like, yeah. Where he just convinces the CEO of Saber to just give up her job and he'll take it. And he's just like this weirdo, like, just fucking, like, just extremely estranged person that just is absolutely wild. But I really enjoy that characterization by James Spader. Of just like, he just fucking owns the room. Yes, yeah. Like Ultron himself coming in. Just like, I own this place. I am the fucking boss. And just moments where he's like, oh, Catherine Tate comes in on, I think that's under his, like, you know, during his rule of the office, and she just makes herself like the manager because Andy's not there, and he's like, that's kind of interesting. Let's see where this goes. Let's see how this plays out. And he just doesn't give a flying fuck. He's like, interesting. I'm excited to see where this develops. It's like, she just sat in my seat and said she had my job. Okay. I'm not going to do anything about it. How are you going to respond? And just sits there and watches it plays out. And it's like, okay, sure. And I think that might just be like one of my favorite parts of the non-Michael side of thing, just because, like, yeah, just how weird he plays that character and just how different the environment is around him. Of just, well, we got a bunch of different people, like, you know, they got fucking Kathy Bates as Joe, the head of Saber originally, and shit like this. Like, they got so many amazing actors to come in and do like parts where they were the new manager or CEO or whatever. And yeah, it's just really fucking funny to just see James Spader be like, I don't really care, and I'm just gonna kind of be this weirdo that sees how things play out all the time. I mean, no, unfortunately, because she doesn't play Donna in The Office. It would have been a fun little nod if she came in and was called Donna or something, but she is a very, very different character. She definitely isn't Donna. I would love it if she came in and chatted half as much shit as Donna does in Doctor Who, because that would be fucking hilarious. But, yeah, I'm not quite ready to commit to an entire dungeon's worth tonight, an entire temple. So I think we're going to leave it there today, and we can do that thing of just, like, you know, have a nice clean slate and start the temple next week. Because it's always quite difficult with a Zelda temple to, like, leave it halfway through and come back to, so. The one girl from the skit where Doctor Who substitute with. I've got no clue. I've probably seen the skit at some point, but my memory is not good enough to remember that at all, I'm afraid. I'm actually gonna... I was about to save and quit. I'm just gonna save again, even though I did already save. But I'll, as I say, I'll go off stream and just be boring and, like, listen to a podcast and probably go get a couple of upgrades with the rupee minigame. The Drill Thriller, or whatever it was called, Driller Thriller. So I'll go get some rupees and go and upgrade a couple of our bits off stream. But I just feel like that's a little bit boring to watch me just, like, put things into a Minesweeper calculator and just spend an hour getting some rupees for Link. Yeah, I do remember, like, I think maybe it was at, like, a comic relief sketch or something like that. I vaguely remember it, but I don't remember it well enough to know, like, the name of it. Yeah, I'll be back on Thursday with Pokemon Nuzlocke this week it'll be, because we did competitive battling last week. So we continue on our Pokemon X Nuzlocke. I think we've got one gym left to do. We got, like, the rest of the Team Flare Lab, one last gym, Victory Road, and the Elite Four. So, presumably, that means 2 more Nuzlocke streams. I don't think the game wraps up that quickly that it'll all be on Thursday, but we'll definitely be approaching the end on Thursday for sure. But yeah, thank you all for joining. Hope everyone has a lovely day, evening, or night, wherever you are. Thank you, everyone.